Hey, what's up guys? Time for another video, and today I'm gonna show you how I make my awesome homemade gluten-free whey protein bread. Super simple, super easy, everybody can do it, and literally just takes like 20 minutes. So all we need here in terms of ingredients are rice, flour, sea salt, our whey protein, a salad bowl, and later on this cutting board you can use to make pizza or bread or anything really. I will use it to work on the dough. And then we got just like a cup of water. It's exactly 200 milliliters of water and sachet of yeast to bake. Okay, ideal for baking bread, cakes, whatever. Sachet of yeast, and we will only use half sachet. This is the one I always buy in the supermarket. You can find it anywhere. It's this Royal Baking Powder Company, same brand, but not baking powder, yeast. So first things first, for this bread we're gonna make today, we just need half of this pack. It's 500 grams. We need 250 grams, so half of the pack, and put it into our bowl. If you're not sure, measure it on a scale if you really have 250 grams, but it doesn't have to be 100% precise. It's half the pack of half a kilogram of rice flour. Then we add our sea salt. Again, up to you how much you like to add. That's all I do. And then I'll add 2 scoops of flavorless whey protein. Of course, you can use any flavored whey protein to give this bread a little sweet kick. I'll use for today the flavorless, unsweetened whey protein. And now I'm just gonna mix all of this a little bit up. And of course, wash your hands before, guys, you start. Like that. Now we open our yeast and put just, as I said, half the sachet into the cup of water. Like that. And we mix the water, stir it, mix it together. You can let this sit for a moment, like for 5 minutes. You can also do this before we mix the dry ingredients. And then as the next step, we will mix the liquid with the dry ingredients. And half the work is already done. Now we just put in our water yeast mix into the bowl, like this. Take a spoon and just mix this with your hands, very gently. No machines needed here, all done by hand, okay? And as you can see, try to catch all the dry flour. As you can see, this is already turning into some sort of dough. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit too liquid still, too muddy. We don't want that. So we just fix that by adding more flour. And we're gonna keep adding as long flour as we got the consistency that is more dough-like. and not muddy or too liquid. Now you can add your hands, a little bit flour into your hands so it's not too sticky, like this. Take the dough and you really start working on that stuff with your hands. Now we take our cutting board, put a little bit of flour on it, so it's not going to be too sticky, just like that. Take our dough out of the bowl, boom. And now, like for any pizza or bread, you just work that dough with your hands. This is like the most fun part for me. Always having a good time doing that. Bam. Put a little bit of the flour on top. You see, this is our whole bread. Now we can take this dough and turn it into anything. You can roll it into a pizza, you can cut it into small pieces, do little rolls. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and we make a bread out of it. A pro tip, before we take our dough and put it into our air fryer, we use this kind of silicone bag, especially made for air fryers. It will change your life, guys. And nothing's gonna stick in here. It will keep your air fryer cleaner. Definitely my tip. So I take again a little bit of dough, put it into the silicone form bag, take our dough. Have to hurry up, it's not gonna start sticking. And put it right in here. And like that, just like that, we put it into our air fryer as the next step. Boom. We got our dough inside the silicone bag, inside our air fryer, and we put that right into the air fryer. And I put on max. That means max temperature, max time. In my case, that's 30 minutes and 200 degrees Celsius. So let's just run it for half an hour, and after 15 minutes we have a quick look how things going.
15 minutes later.
So we're 15 minutes in and have a quick look at our bread, and look at this, getting there. Shake it a bit and put it back in for the last 15 minutes, but it looks already great. Bing! That's it. 30 minutes later, and our bread is ready. Guys, look at this beautiful, delicious bread made out of rice flour. Took me literally 5 minutes to do the dough. I just put it into the air fryer and went on with my life for 30 minutes to do whatever I need to do. Came back and here we are. Unbelievable. I just let it cool down and cut it into slices and put everything I want on top of it. And as you can see, because we use this silicone bag, the air fryer is pretty much clean. Not much to clean here, just a little bit. Look at this. We just made this within no time. Just let it cool down an hour and enjoy. And of course, you can customize this recipe. You can put more whey protein powder in it or use a different flour. It's completely up to you. Just get creative. If you like this bread, just give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.